Hello, welcome back. I'm Andy and here we're learning Greek. This is just a quick video because a viewer asked an interesting question about the last video. I was talking about Οπότε, and I said that Οπότε means something like in the consequence of something, something else happens, or as a result something happens. So you can say something like έβρεχε πολύ δυνατά, οπότε ακυρώσαμε την εκδρομή. It rained very strongly and therefore we cancelled our trip. And then this viewer said, okay, then Opote is similar to ergo, how you would say ergo in English or in other European languages. Like it was raining very hard, so we cancelled the trip, or it was raining very hard, ergo, we cancelled the trip. And so now the question is Opote really ergo or is it not? And I thought about this for a moment and I want to briefly discuss this with you, the Opote and the ergo. How do we use Opote and how is it different from ergo? So as I said, we can use Opote in a similar situation like ergo. We can say it rained, ergo we cancelled our trip. Έβρεχε, οπότε ακυρώσαμε την εκδρομή. This is possible. But still there are a lot of differences between ergo and Opote. There are two main differences. One is the formality of ergo and Opote. Ergo is Latin, it's used in English, but its usage is formal, academic, is philosophical. Sometimes it's used in a humorous situation, but it's almost never used in normal casual English, right? You would not say it rained, ergo we cancelled the trip, right? So the most famous use, and this is telling, right, is Descartes' cogito ergo sum, right? I think, therefore I am. And this is roughly how it is used, right? It's used in Latin. It's not used in everyday English. On the other hand, Οπότε is a very common everyday Greek word. It's a standard way, it's a neutral way of saying so, therefore, in which case, in both spoken and written Greek, and it is not particularly formal, right? It's a word you will use with your friends, and you can also use it in professional context. You can say it to your boss and so on. So this is just a very normal word. And I think this is one of the biggest differences between them. So when you miss the bus, for example, and you talk to your friend, you could say in Greek, έχασα το λεωφορείο, οπότε άργησα στη δουλειά. I missed the bus, therefore I came late to work. But you would not say in English, I missed the bus, ergo I was late for work. Right? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, you cannot use the word like that in this conversational context, right? There is a second thing which you should not confuse actually. There is Opote and there is Όποτε. And this depends on where you put the stress, right? And if you are saying Όποτε, it means whenever something happens, in time. It's a temporal thing, right? So you can say, έλα στο σπίτι όποτε θέλεις. Come to my home whenever you like. But a similar temporal meaning exists also with Οπότε. So you can say, for example, θα σε πάρω τηλέφωνο αύριο το μεσημέρι, I will call you on the phone tomorrow noon, οπότε θα έχω περισσότερο χρόνο. I will call you on the phone tomorrow noon, and then I will have more time. When I will have more time, or at which time I will have more time, right? And this is this meaning of Οπότε, which is a temporal meaning. It means at this time something will happen. Οπότε θα έχω περισσότερο χρόνο. And again, you cannot use ergo for that, right? You cannot say, I will call you tomorrow at noon, ergo, I will have more time, right? This does not work at all. Ergo, on the other hand, has this logical component, this philosophical component, and it marks a conclusion of a philosophical argument, right? Of a logical argument. So you can say, all men are mortal, Socrates is a man, ergo Socrates is mortal. But opote has a much broader meaning. It can be also used in this sense, but more often it's used for a practical consequence, a result, a plan of action, and it is closer to so or in this case. And if we want the strict logical deduction meaning of ergo, then it's better to use in Greek ara or Συνεπώς. So when Descartes says cogito ergo sum, then you would translate this as σκέφτομαι, άρα υπάρχω. I'm thinking, therefore, as a consequence, I am. And you cannot really say σκέφτομαι, οπότε υπάρχω. This would make it very strange to listen to, and it would indicate somehow a practical consequence rather than a purely logical one. So, as equivalents, modern equivalents to ergo in Greek, you would use ara if you are going for the logical sense. You can use συνεπώς also. It's a little more formal than ara. And you can use Epomenus also, which is kind of similar to Συνεπώς. Epomenus means the next, the following, right, thing. So it means it follows. Something follows, therefore, subsequently, right? And these words capture this logical sense of ergo better than opote. Okay, so perhaps this was too much. It was more than what you wanted to know, but I find it occasionally interesting to have also these very advanced, little grammar points, and not only, stories or things like that, but also something that is a little more detailed for the more advanced learners, right? Some of you are already very advanced, and then you will probably enjoy these little differences. But don't worry, we're not going to do this all the time. We will return in 2 days. I have another video for you, which will be another story, this time a cooking story. And I hope that you will enjoy it. And then next week we will meet again with more videos. So I also want to remind you that you can now support this channel. If you want this written, this text here, you can get it on my Substack, holidaygreek.substack.com. You can subscribe, then you can get all the written materials for all the videos. You can also become a member of this channel, and then you will get a preview of coming videos. So for example, that next video already, some viewers have seen it because it is in the membership area of this channel. And thank you very much to all the members and all the supporters. I'm very grateful for your support. And now I'm off to make next week's video. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.